Suge Knight is a name synonymous with the very essence of West Coast hip-hop. As the mastermind behind Death Row Records, he launched the careers of hip-hop legends such as Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac Shakur. Yet behind the scenes, his life was a tangled web of gang ties, violence, and criminal dealings. How did one man shape the course of West Coast hip-hop and is now spending the rest of his life behind bars? Stick around as we uncover the incredible life, gang affiliation, criminal exploits, and the undeniable influence of the infamous Suge Knight. But before we get into all that, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. It's the Crime Street Journey. Marion Hugh Knight Jr. was born April 19, 1965 in Compton, California. The youngest of three children, Suge was the only boy born to Maxine and Marion Hugh Knight Sr. His father, a truck driver originally from Mississippi, was a former college football tackle and R&B singer who inspired Suge's passion for music and sports. His mother was a loving and caring homemaker. As a child, Suge was given the nickname Sugar Bear by his father because of his sweet, good-natured temperament, which was later shortened to Suge. Suge's mother, Maxine, was once quoted as saying, "My son is the type of person who still sends me roses all the time." Suge was known to be a mama's boy. Maxine and Marion Knight Sr. have been married throughout their life, raising their children in a strong, loving family on the east side of Compton, which is a Piru Bloods gang zone. A charismatic, gifted athlete, Knight wanted more than his parents' two-bedroom home. "As soon as I was old enough," said Suge, "I told myself I'd never live or end up dying in a place like that. I made up my mind that I wanted everything and nothing would stop me." In 1980, Suge attended Linwood High School, where he would develop into a football and track star. According to Reggie Wright Jr., Suge was always a bully. He would shake down the wealthy white kids outside their Hollywood high school, but because he was an athlete, the gangbangers would leave him alone. Suge graduated from Linwood High School in 1983 and earned a football scholarship to attend El Camino Junior College. Harvey Hyde, the head football coach of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, met Suge on a recruiting trip he made to El Camino College, where Knight excelled in the defensive line trenches. So in 1985, Suge transferred to UNLV, and as a junior, he started as a nose guard and defensive tackle, and immediately became one of the Rebels' best defensive players. Suge was voted UNLV's Rookie of the Year, named defensive captain, and won first-team all-conference honors. Suge dropped out of UNLV before graduation, entering the 1987 NFL Draft. Unfortunately, he went undrafted, but the NFL eventually did come calling. At the start of the 1987 season, NFL players went on strike. NFL owners had to scramble to fill rosters with replacement players, and Suge signed with the Los Angeles Rams. He officially played 2 games against the Pittsburgh Steelers and Atlanta Falcons. He was later released as the strike ended after only 24 days, and the striking NFL players returned. After his release, his legal troubles started. In October 1987, Suge was arrested and charged with domestic violence after an incident with his girlfriend and future ex-wife, Sharita Golden. Sharita alleges, after filing a restraining order, Suge damaged her car and grabbed her by her hair, cutting off her ponytail. Weeks later, on Halloween, Suge was arrested again for allegedly stealing a vehicle while carrying a concealed weapon. He was charged with attempted murder after firing at the driver 3 times during the auto theft, shooting the man twice, once in the leg and once in the wrist. Allegedly, Suge attempted to steal the guy's Nissan Maxima. Suge's decorated football career helped him out of the jam, and his charges were lowered to misdemeanors, carrying a $1,000 fine and 3 years probation. Suge told the Washington Post, "I shot him with his own gun." In 1987, Suge became acquainted with legendary boxing and concert promoter Al Heyman and began working security at the concerts for Al Heyman Productions. While working security at the concerts, Suge met Bobby Brown, and the two became close. In a now infamous story, it's alleged Bobby Brown owed a local LA drug dealer money, and according to sources, the drug dealer put a contract out on Bobby Brown's life. As the story goes, Suge had a meeting with the drug dealer and settled the dispute. Soon after, Suge became Bobby Brown's personal bodyguard and eventually would go on tour with the superstar. Despite traveling the world with Bobby Brown, who was one of the biggest superstars at the time, Suge still wanted more. Suge would eventually meet Dick Griffey, founder of Solar Records, who would become a mentor to Suge. Dick Griffey began to school Suge on the music industry. In 1990, Suge began representing a songwriter named Mario Johnson, aka Chocolate, who had written a number of songs on the Vanilla Ice album, including the smash single, Ice Ice Baby. Chocolate had gotten some credit on the album, but they hadn't paid him, and Chocolate alleges they would not return his phone calls. In a now infamous urban legend, it's alleged that Suge Knight, along with some friends, forced their way into Vanilla Ice's hotel room. The story alleges that Suge hung Vanilla Ice from a 15-story hotel balcony, forcing Vanilla Ice to sign over his rights. Although Suge and Vanilla Ice deny the story, Suge did secure the rights to Vanilla Ice's hit, Ice Ice Baby, and that single would go on to sell over 15 million copies. It's also alleged that Ice Ice Baby gave Suge the seed money needed to help start Death Row Records. His hardball tactics with Vanilla Ice gave a glimpse into Suge's strong-arm business style, and his reputation began to spread throughout the music industry. In enters Dr. Dre, who at the time was signed to Ruthless Records. Feeling underpaid for his role, Dre became frustrated with owners Eazy-E and Jerry Heller. Suge's reputation as a strong-arm negotiator was what Dre felt he needed at the time to get out of his contract. In a story depicted in the 2015 NWA biopic, Straight Outta Compton, Suge reportedly threatened and beat Eazy-E and Jerry Heller up. Suge was then able to get Eazy and Jerry to sign a contract releasing Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, and Dick Griffey then started working on a new record label for themselves. The record label was originally named Future Shock. The DOC claims to have suggested the name Death Row, spelled D-E-F, as a play on Def Jam, but the group decided on Death Row Records as their final name. Suge Knight began signing artists to his Death Row Records. He also arranged for the label to handle the soundtrack for the 1992 film Deep Cover. The single Deep Cover, which was a huge hit, helped establish Dr. Dre as a solo artist and introduced the world to a young Snoop Doggy Dogg. The Chronic began around that time, which heavily featured Snoop Dogg and the rest of the label's core roster at the time. The album sold 5.7 million records in the United States and helped establish the West Coast style of hip-hop. Following the success of The Chronic, Dr. Dre began to work on Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style. The album was released in 1993 and outperformed The Chronic, going quadruple platinum. Death Row Records began a successful run in the years that followed. In 1995, in exchange for posting his $1.4 million bail, Tupac signed with Death Row Records with a $1 million advance immediately upon his release. Earlier that year, Suge publicly slammed Sean Puff Daddy Combs at the 1995 Source Awards, sparking an intense rivalry that would be known as the East Coast-West Coast beef. Along with Tupac, he set in motion the songs and the situations that would add fuel to that beef, and Tupac's All Eyes on Me album would go on to go 10 times platinum. Around this time, it was estimated Death Row Records was worth over $100 million when tragedy struck. On September 7, 1996, in Las Vegas, Nevada, Tupac was in the passenger seat of a black BMW that Suge was driving when a white Cadillac pulled up on their right side and gunfire erupted. Suge was wounded but survived. Tupac died a week later at the age of 25. The death of Tupac started the downward spiral of Suge Knight and Death Row Records. First, two of their biggest stars, in Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, left the label. In 1996, Suge was sentenced to 9 years in prison for violating his parole, allegedly due to a fight that occurred hours before Tupac was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles. Suge served 5 years and was released August 2001. Also, several Death Row associates and rivals were killed from 1997 to 2003, including two of Suge's bodyguards, Henry Hendog Smith, creator of the Death Row logo, and more. In 2003, he served 10 months for reportedly punching a nightclub valet. In 2005, Suge was arrested in Barstow, California after police found marijuana in his vehicle during a traffic stop. He was booked on charges violating parole. He was released a week later and placed under house arrest for 2 months. Again in 2005, Suge was shot in the upper leg at a pre-MTV Music Award party at the Red Room in Miami honoring Kanye West. He filed a lawsuit against Kanye West in 2008, citing mental and physical damages, surgery costs, loss of income, and theft. In 2006, Suge filed for bankruptcy after a civil lawsuit regarding Death Row Records. In 2008, Suge was involved in an altercation at a Hollywood nightclub. He was reportedly knocked out cold for 3 minutes after an argument over money. Suge refused to file a police report or cooperate with the police. In 2008, Suge was arrested on drug and aggravated assault charges. 2 Las Vegas Metro police officers saw Suge 10 feet away punching a naked woman in a parking lot off the Las Vegas Strip. Knight was reportedly partying in a nightclub less than 24 hours after he posted a $19,000 bail on charges of felony assault with a deadly weapon, drug possession, and misdemeanor domestic violence. He was cleared on all charges. In 2009, Suge was treated for face injuries at Arizona Scottsdale Healthcare Osborne after punched by Robert L. Carnes Jr., Akon's business manager, due to an altercation at the W. Scottsdale Hotel. Carnes Jr. and Tom's Leon Anderson Jr. were accused of assault and disorderly conduct. In 2012, Suge was arrested in Las Vegas after police found marijuana in his vehicle. When law enforcement ran his name, they found multiple warrants for prior traffic violations. He was reportedly placed under 3 years of unsupervised probation for driving with a suspended license. In 2014, Suge was shot at another West Hollywood-based pre-MTV VMA party. Hosted by Chris Brown, Suge survived surgery after being shot 6 times. Authorities did not identify a suspect, and Suge refused to cooperate with the police. Again in 2014, he was arrested in Las Vegas in connection with the robbery charge in California and for having a suspended license. According to the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office, Suge and comedian Cat Williams were suspects in a Beverly Hills robbery where they allegedly stole a camera from a paparazzi. The photographer suffered minor injuries. Suge and Cat Williams were charged with 1 count of second-degree robbery. He was taken into custody on $500,000 bail. While in jail, Suge experienced chest pain, dizziness, and fell. He was hospitalized for a blood clot located in his lung, attributed to the 2014 incident. He ultimately posted bail. On January 29, 2015, Suge reportedly got into a fight on the set of the NWA biopic Straight Outta Compton, which was filming in Los Angeles at the time. Knight was eventually turned away by security due to a restraining order by Dr. Dre. After, Suge drove to Tam's Burgers in Compton and got into an altercation with Terry Carter and Clyde Bone Sloan. According to the LA County Sheriff, Suge and one of the men began throwing punches at each other through the window of Suge's Ford F-150 Raptor pickup truck. Suge put the vehicle in reverse, which knocked one of the victims to the ground. He proceeded to drive forward and ran over the first victim and struck the second person before leaving the scene. According to eyewitnesses, when Suge pulled off, one of the truck's tires ran over Carter's head. Carter later died at the hospital, and Sloan was hospitalized. Suge surrendered to police and was booked on suspicion of murder. His bail was set at $2 million. On October 4, 2019, Judge Ronald S. Coleman sentenced Suge to 28 years in prison, 22 years for running over the victim, Terry Carter, and 6 additional years because it was Suge's 3rd strike under California's 3 strikes law. As of December of 2019, Suge Knight is behind bars at Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego, California, and will not be eligible for parole until October 2034. And there you have it, the remarkable journey of Suge Knight, a man who simultaneously shaped the world of hip-hop, from football star to hip-hop mogul to prison inmate. He led the rise of West Coast hip-hop and gangster rap through Death Row Records. He helped the careers of all-time greats like Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Tupac. So regardless on how you might feel about Suge Knight, it's undeniable that his impact on hip-hop was both positive and negative. His charisma and business savvy grew Death Row to a juggernaut, but allegations of violence and crime followed that success. Did we miss anything important? What are your views on Suge Knight? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. It's the Crime Street Journal.